Ja tervetuloa just sulle saman tien heti perään. Me mennään tänne sisälle. The Lodge.
Captain, everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he hopes you'll make this place your home.
Oh, ridiculous. Easiest bet I'll ever win.
We appear to have a visitor.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
A lot to talk
Would
about.
you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't?
Pirates attacked Barrett asked me to deliver the artifact.
I see. Vasco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. She's here, with the artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we? What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything?
Talking about this, that thing almost killed me. How many times had this happened? Who else had these visions?
We think it's anyone else who pulls one out of the rock for the first time. Why? We're not sure yet. So if you wouldn't mind adding another data point.
It was bright lights and music.
Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
Are you hearing this? You won't believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. But honestly, Contra, you expect us to believe in fairy.
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
But gentlemen, can we please focus? Noel, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see. We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
That's it. Just like the others.
And to imagine, we thought there were only two of them at first.
Oh my god, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves...
Easy, girl. Breathe. You'll have a heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Contra?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting, now would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours?
You want me in Constellation? What does that mean? What's expected?
We're all here because we're committed to exploring space. Humanity may have settled the stars, but that doesn't mean we should stop diving into the unknown. Beyond that, you'll be expected to use your own judgment, just like the rest of us.
How much do you know about the artifacts? What are they?
Individually, they're just odd hunks of metal, another oddity from the uncharted reaches of space. As to what they are, what they're building, well, you'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
Alright, I'm in. Tell me what happens next.
You should take some time to get settled in. Introduce yourself to everyone. Some of our members aren't here, but you'll meet them soon. Come find me when you're ready. You and I are going to be doing some traveling together. Get your feet wet. And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability? You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just mind your head.
Seuraava. Constellation backpack address. Logical. Talk to Noel about quarters. Okei, elikkä ensimmäinen asia mitä me nyt tehdään, nyt kun me saatiin tuonne boost backi, niin otetaan leveli tohon boost back trainingiin, niin me voidaan käyttääkin sitä boost backia. Ei sillä ole mitään hyötyä, jos meillä on se, jos me voidaan käyttää sitä.
So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else? Until later.
Mitäs meillä nyt niinku aina tehtävänä on? Onko se vaan talk to Sarah? Mut mikä talk to Noel olisi? Onko se activity? Talk to Noel about quarters. Sä olet Noel.
As much as I love uncovering new questions, I wouldn't mind a few answers now and then. That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us.
How long have you been working on all this?
Well, Constellation's been around forever, more than 50 years now. But
Ikuisuus,
we only
eli
became
50
aware of the
vuotta.
artifacts recently.
Tämähän
Barrett
tarkoittaa,
discovered the
että
first one about 2 years
Jopakin
ago,
on
right
ikuisuuden
under our
vanha.
noses. And he was the one who got this all in motion. It's a shame he isn't here to see this. Oh, right, that. If we're approaching this rationally, I suppose we'd call them visual and auditory hallucinations.
vähän
What you
hallusinaatioita.
perceived as lights and music could be overloaded neural input, your brain's attempt to make sense of something. An energy surge, some other phenomenon.
Phenomenon. Barrett saw something too.
He did. At the time, well, it's Barrett. We weren't sure if he was kidding around. Clearly, he wasn't.
It wasn't coming from me.
Unfortunately, that's what a lot of people report in these situations. I'm not saying you didn't really see anything, just that it's really hard to determine after the fact. That's okay. Now that this has happened to both you and Barrett, we can know to maybe expect it in the future. Be a little more prepared. We're all in this together now, right?
I was wondering about other types of exploration work beside the artifacts.
Of course. There's plenty of planets out there that no one has ever set foot on, and everything we learn about them is valuable. We have a board where we post anything specific we're looking for. A type of alien flora or fauna, or a planet with a specific quality, like if it's primed to have life but doesn't yet.
Check out the Constellation mission board. You seem to know a lot about these artifacts.
Oh gosh, no. I mean, that's flattering, but really, we're making this up as we go. Until you arrived, we only had the two, and the vaguest sense that there was something more at work. There's still so much we don't know, and that means a lot of work ahead of us.
Yeah, let me know if I can help you learn more.
Well, right
Learn
now,
more.
nothing's off the table. Metallurgical analysis, chemical composition. I'm looking at everything. One thing I'm really trying to improve is my overall database of xenobiology. I don't know if it will help in this case,
tohtorin
but the more we know
xenobiologiasta.
about, well, everything,
vaan sattuu
the
olemaan
better off we are, right? Speaking of, if you're going to be out there looking for more artifacts, you're bound to come across some interesting specimens. Anything organic, I'd be happy to take it off your hands.
Okay. How would organic resources help with learning about these artifacts?
I can't be certain that they will, but more data points are always a good thing. I don't want to rule out anything that could provide a breakthrough. And if it sweetens the deal, I can pay. Pretty well, too. Walter's pockets may not be bottomless, but they are pretty deep.
I've got some organic resources for you.
Great, let's see what you have.
Elikkä näitä voi käyttää craftäykseen, tai sit sä vaan voi myydä sulle. Auttaaks tää sua jotenkin, jos mä vaan... Miten vitus meillä on 15 tonnia taas rahaa? Eiks mä just ostanut niinku... Eiks mulla äsken ollut 5? Mistä mä oon 10 tonnia yhtäkkiä saanut? Käyks noi? Vai onks tää vaan semmonen... Okei, joo. Something about place for me to stay.
Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour.
Okay. Let's go. Noel?
Have you talked to Vladimir recently? Face to face, I mean?
Huh. Guess it's been a while. Why?
Oh, I just don't know how he does it. Up there all alone for so long.
Some people love that kind of space. Pun intended.
Feel free to help yourself at the bar. I don't drink, but I feel like if I did, now would be a good time for one.
Siellä on joku Jesus poster. Noel.
Ever since I got here, this has felt like home. These people are family. I hope it feels that way for you. Stay safe, okay?
Haluatko sä näyttää mulle... Eikö sun pitänyt... Mun pitää seurata sua. Mulla on tehtävä, niin sun pitää seuraa sua, Noel. Noel, näytätkö sä mulle paikkoja? Noel? Noel? Häh? Mitä? Eiks mulla äsken ollut semmonen Talk to Noel to learn about? Tai silleen, et seuraa sitä. Meillä on taas jano. Otetaan, meillä on pillimehu jossain.
Barrett makes it back to us. I know he gets into trouble all the time, and everyone just sort of accepts he'll be fine, but still.
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you.
Oo. Täällähän on kaikkea. Soba. Spacesuit workbench, industrial workbench. Onko tää semmoista resource? Cooking station. Pharmaceutical lab. Eikö tää semmoista resource stationia? Resource labi. No niin. Ei mulla kyllä oo mitään. Okei. Okei. Minä sen kaataa kaiken. Mitä? We are looking for an experienced expert to locate a planet with boiled seas in Alpha Andreas system. This may require surveying multiple planets within the system. Boiled seas. Locate planet with continual conductor and... Crystalline crust. Solar storm. A mission to locate a planet rate is the most challenging survey mission. You will need to search an entire solar system for a planet that has the target trait. Locate the planet in the target system that have these traits. This is indicated at the bottom of the planet's info card. Uncertain planets will have unknown traits. Okay. The planet's info card also... Okei. Otetaan ne kaikki nyt, että jos me vahingossa saadaan niinku kompliitattua noin tehtävät. Jos me silleen niinku vahingossa saadaan tehtyä ne valmiiksi. Locked Master. Siellä on joku supersiisti puku. Meidän täytyy avata se, kun meillä on Master tier. onks täällä mitään? The well. Ei mennä kaivoon nyt, vaikka meillä on sinne joku tehtävä. No. Pönttö, vessapaperi. Plunger, joo. Täällä on jonkun kämppä. Muscle on Me. A film by Lincoln Sign based on novel by Catherine Okoro. Okay. Snack crackers. Kato kui söpö! Plushy star päällä. Vähäks söpö. Mikä se kutoinen plushy? 2 dates for Darla. Forever Human. Olisiko tämmösiä leffapostereita? Grendel, en mä kyllä Grendel ei halua. Mulla on jo semmonen. Ennen kuin me lähdetään pois, niin oliks meillä... Mihinköhän noi tehtävät meni? Meikö se vaan ei. Oh fuck, niistä ei vittu. Ne tuli tämmöiseksi isoiksi tehtäviksi. Voi vittu, ei vittu. Ihan täynnä tehtävät.
Yeah?
Constellation Guide 0 permanently reduces fall damage by 5%. Nice. Moro.
Ready to get out there?
How well known is Constellation?
I don't know what you've heard, but I can imagine. First of all, I think you can dismiss any stories about us no longer existing.
No, joo.
I don't believe in smearing our name everywhere we can. Exploring the universe, charting the unknown, that's what counts. Besides, having a little mystery gives us room to maneuver. A fixed reputation could fence us in a lot of ways.
No joo, totta. What do you know about the artifacts?
Not much, but you've seen them for yourself. It doesn't take a lot to realize we're dealing with something extraordinary.
Extraordinary?
Just what that is, we'll have to figure out. It's what we do.
I'm ready.
We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually. But a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising.
The UC Vanguard?
A volunteer force that helps defend the edges of United Colonies space. They're always looking for recruits. Lots of retired veterans and dangerous professionals mixed in with part-timers who barely have a laser cannon welded to a hull. My contact is in the recruiting office, so he hears a lot about what the volunteers are up to.
Other people have artifacts?
We have to assume that we're not the only ones to have stumbled into this mystery. But most people aren't going into space looking for the unknown. They're looking for places to settle, resources to extract, territory to defend. An odd-looking rock or a single strange hunk of metal wouldn't mean much to them. That's why Constellation exists, in a way. To put pieces like this together.
I have to admit I'm excited. My first mission.
Felt the same way when I started too. There's an electricity in the air when you know you're about to uncover something. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Okay. Shara will be logged as your follower if you continue. Constellation have a salary?
You mean besides the ship, the robot, and a place to stay all rent-free? We do have some funds we can disperse from time to time. Not to mention, I think we can get you a proper suit. We're explorers. We keep a lot of equipment on hand for that purpose. So the more you work with us, the more we can share what we have.
Yeah. Got it, you and me until we get that artifact.
We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before, or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep.
Okay.
Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood?
Selvä. What do you mean? You don't care if I steal as long as I don't get caught?
I mean, Constellation has a roster of members who haven't always been on the right side of their respective society. We're risk takers. Some of us have seen the inside of a jail cell more than once. If you join us, it means you're committed to our mission. In exchange, we give you latitude in your choice of means.
Understood.
Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we?
Is now your active companion. Is available for your crew.
Hope you've got your pen at the ready, Walter. Bills to sign and all.
It's almost as if you think I'm made of credits. What is it this time?
Fuel isn't free, I'm afraid. This artifact hunt is keeping us busy.
Of course, of course. I'm just a walking bank account, aren't I?
You and I both know you have the credits to spare, and you love every minute of this.
Tääkö ei niinku jatku mitenkään?
Well, I suppose calling you a rock breaker may have been a bit out of line.
No ehkä vähän. I've been called worse.
Still doesn't excuse it. My frustrations lie more with Barrett. Not the first time his shenanigans have jeopardized one of our ventures. Not fair of me to take it out on you, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time. So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man.
No, joo.
Welcome aboard.
Kiitos, moro. Glad to be
By
here.
the way, in addition to a place to stay, the Lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing.
Alien substances.
You can even fashion
So
industrial
in-
pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is. I'm a fan of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need.
Craft or modify an item, okay? What kind of company is Stroud Eklund?
We're most well known for ship manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund. Unfortunately, our success means you'll sometimes see Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covet them. The bastards.
Bastards.
I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards, and those old salts are stuck in the glory days.
What's your role in Constellation?
Me? Why, I'm the wallet. Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in business doesn't mean much if I can't put it to good use.
No se itsekin sanoi nyt, että
I
se on
don't
kävelevä
pretend to
lompakko.
have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo, but I can make sure that they have the resources they need. And, as you've now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big here.
This isn't where I'd expect to find a CEO.
Funny thing about companies, you build one sturdy enough, it doesn't need you there all the time to prop it up. Stroud Eklund functions quite well on a day-to-day basis, leaving me time to devote to more esoteric pursuits.
Esoteric pursuit.
For years, I was captivated by the writings of Constellation's founder, Sebastian Banks. I finally decided to do something more than admire from a distance, and so now I call the Lodge home, as much as anywhere else.
Okay.
Remember, you're representing all of us out there.
Moro, kuka sä olet?
This is all exciting, but there's really a lot of pressure on us, isn't there? We have to get this right. Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'm Mateo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you.
Theological scholar.
It's really good to have you with us.
What brought you to Constellation?
Well, there was some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation. So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation. After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation.
Okay, no. What do you make of the vision I saw?
I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence. Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but you know, if the label fits.
All I know is I've never experienced anything like it.
That sure lines up with everything else about these artifacts. It's all connected. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts.
These artifacts all came out of caves.
Second one was on Kazal, buried the same as the one you found.
But the first one, right under our noses for years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight. Can you imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust?
Okei.
Take care of yourself.
Selvä. Oliko meillä jotain puhuttavaa?
We need to talk to John Tuala in Mast.
John Tuala. Missä? No se on tuolla. How did you know there was an artifact on Vectra?
You can thank Barrett for that, if he's still around to thank when this is all said and done. Honestly, he took this seriously before any of us. It was at his urging that we started doing deep space scans. I will admit, it was something of a shock to see Barrett taking anything seriously.
Let's trade. Mitä sulla?
Glad to haul whatever you need.
Mitä sulla on? Sulla ei oo yhtään mitään.
Maybe another time.
Selvä. Siellä on joku yläkerta.
I am at your service, Captain.
Okei. Mitäs täällä yläkerrassa on? Jonkun kämppä. Jonkun credisket. Report on Constellation. Expert from social news report about Constellation near collapse. And although Constellation's relevance has been subject of much debate among the New Atlantis international intelligentsia, the disappearance of founder Sebastian Banks was blown. Most felt the organization could not survive. In fact, Constellation's disbanding seemed imminent until the member Chloe Bao changed her voice in the 11th hour, thus ensuring the group's continued operation at least for the time being, as well as her unexpected appointment to the position of chair. Okay. Mwah. Aja Mama's diary. Seems like just yesterday I was pulled into the exciting new organization Constellation. We would push the boundaries of human knowledge and experience by exploring further into space than anyone had before. For all into the Starfield. God, I was so young. We all were, but I was the youngest of us all. Now here we are on the brink of disaster. The colony war may be over, but the settled system seems to be just waiting for the next one. Exploration now at best quaint, at the worst irrelevant. Fortunately, and it was no small fee, I managed to put together a list of potential new members. They are Irvin Majani, young biologist and physician from the Freestar Collective; Barrett, promising young physicist from the UC, a colorful character to say at least. Alice Campbell, woman of action and a pilot, claims to have flown every type of ship at least once. Russell Luther, astronomer and former Freestar Collective military. Visola Chen, philosopher, historian, specialized humanities, early days of space exploration. Jintan Min, dedicated to find truth among the stars. Neon Hitman rumors are troubling. With any luck, this new blood will be just what Constellation needs to keep going, maybe hopefully. From the personal diary of Aja Mamasa, former Constellation chair. Okay. Fancy kompas, joink. Se on mun kompassi nyt. Täällä on tämmönen baari. Joo. Cooking station. Alien sandwich.
That should help us out.
Okay, nice. Mitä Sarah tulee tänne hessuille kans? Dartsia. Vähän creepy. Joo. Perus siivoushuone. Okei, joo. Ihan ymmärrettävää. Kokoushuone. Okei. Vasislos. Jonkun huone. Binoculars. Mä en tiedä voidaan käyttää niitä. Weapon case inaccessible. Aha. Toinen inaccessible. Siinä on tää meidän alus. Cool pienoismalli. Moby Dick. Call me Ishmael some years ago, never mind how long precisely, have little or no money in my purse and nothing particular to interest me on shore. I thought I would sail about a little and see the watery part of the world. And so continues Melville's classic tale of revenge and obsession for the total of 341 pages. Okay, cool. Moby Dick. Tää taisi itse asiassa olla mun huone. Chromatic Watch Case. Oletaan, että tää on mun huone, kun täällä on tommonen kassakaappi, mihin mä voin tunkea tavaroita. Arkistohuone. Joo. Toy Spaceship, toi on ihan siisti. Nyrkkeilysäkki, joo. Mä hetken aikaa katsoin, että siinä on kuin Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, mutta ei, se on Patball. Economic Meltdown. Oho. Chemists have all the solutions. Okay. If you are not part of the solution, you are part of the precipitate. Me dum me no understand. Fresh produced that's a pure hydroponics promise. No? Sir Livingstone's second journal. I heard tell from some of the old-timers that although the Earth suffered its sad fate, that her faithful companion Luna fared much better. Apparently you can still find the remnants of one of the old Apollo missions, something of a secret rite of passage of chair of constellation, if Banks was to be believed. During one of those rare interlude of calm, while doing other research on Earth, I figured I could spare the time. I was, as they said, in the neighborhood. It took some serious scanning and a couple of false leads, but I found it, to walk in the same place as those earliest of interstellar explorers. Unbelievable what they achieved in such primitive technology. I found the whole experience moving, inspiring. I will advise my successors to do the same. We'll make a proper tradition of it yet. This is an excerpt from Sir Malcolm Livingstone's second journal. Niinku mitä? You can still find the remnants of old Apollo mission. 6. Visit the Apollo landmark on Luna. Tän takia luetaan kaikkea ylimääräistä turhaa roskaa, mitä löydetään, niin me saadaan lisää jotain turhia sivutehtäviä. Mitä me sitten niinku huutistellaan, kun niitä on ihan vitusti ja liikaa. Joo. Mutta ei se chatti, me voitais lopetella tällä kertaa Starfieldin kanssa tähän. Erittäin mahtava, mukava peli. Näyttää supersiistiltä, varsinkin nyt kun se pyörii. Eikä ole semmoista suttusta 30 fps roskaa. Lopetti 4.20. Mulla lukee... No itse asiassa näköjään 4.20. 4 tuntia 20 minuuttia. Joku voi sanoa, että tää on laskettu siihen. Mutta hei, kiitos kaikille, jotka näki tämän videon. Muistakaa tykätä, supata, mitä kaikkea muuta. Näkyllään seuraavan videon parissa.